Good morning, everyone. My name is Pooja Butala. I hope you are safe and secure at your place. As you know, we are suffering from the national pandemic, and that is why we are here. And this is how we are going to conduct our lectures. And this is going to be our new normal, that we are going to do the lectures and studies from e-platform. So first of all, I welcome you all to TY. This semester, I am going to take your lectures for software project management. As the name says, the literal meaning, this is going to be the management subject, that is going to be the theoretical subject. Okay, so let me explain about the subject. This is a 2-credit course. One is theory and one is practical. As you know, theory part is going to be 70%, and then it is going to be a practical. In this particular subject, the practical is actually a project that you need to perform using any technology. It is going to be for 2 semesters, but for the first semester, the project has been attached to this particular subject. Okay, so we will discuss about it in the later sessions. So let's start with the subject. To begin with, you are techno-savvy people, you know technology, you are already using mobiles, you are using different gadgets, you are using laptops, you are using various applications. So you know what software is. Okay, so the main idea behind this particular subject is, why do we require such subject? What is the importance of software project management? What is that? Okay, so the name itself says, or the literal meaning of that particular subject says, that the management of software project, right? So you must have come across various projects while doing shopping, like e-shopping. You have seen various websites, maybe Amazon, Myntra, and so on and so forth. You have done the digital payments, maybe Google Pay, maybe Amazon Pay, or anything, something like that. So you must have used various softwares till now. The basic part of this particular subject is how these softwares are made and how they are maintained, how to maintain. Okay, so being a computer student, you have a habit, right, that whenever a new thing comes in, you install it, you use it, you check it, and you give the opinion, or you actually say, no, no, this is not good, no, no, this is very bad, this is not as per the mark, this is very slow. Okay, it is not as per the no, it is not satisfactory, it is not doing my things better way. So basically you become judgmental because you know what you want, right? So this is the basic idea of any software. Have you ever think, or have you ever thought how the softwares are made? Okay, what is the first thing that stimulates the creation of software? It is just an idea. Okay, some idea clicks in someone's mind, and it starts with the project. Because the technology is evolving day by day. Okay, new technologies are coming in, and there is a big competition. So you can see everywhere there is an app. The banks are getting centralized, everyone is getting computerized, all the malls, everything everywhere, everything around us, surrounding areas are getting computerized day by day. Why? Because of the technology, right? So as the technology is evolving day by day, it is important to take care of all the data and the softwares, right? So for this particular thing also, this SPM is going to play a major role in today's era. Now let us begin with the thing, project. What is project? As you are computer people, so you must have done many programs, maybe in C, C++, Python, Java, or any other language, right? So what is program? Program is something where you are going to give some input, you do some processing, and you get some output. Now what the main thing is, whenever the program statement is given to you, the important part is they say what output is expected. You are getting me? Whenever they ask to create a program, they at the same time they tell you that this is going to be the output that is being expected. So you know what is we are going to give as an input, you know what will be the output, and accordingly you are going to process the data or the inputs, right? So this is the main structure of program. Then what is the difference between project and programs? The difference between project and program is for 1 or 2 or 3 or max to max 10 outputs. But when we say a project is a combination of various outputs. Okay, so it is not just specified for this particular thing. It varies. It is for different things, and it is combined effect of all the programs. So that is why it is called as a project. Okay, you must have heard something like ERP, that is in enterprise resource and planning. Okay, so in this particular thing, ERP is actually a project, okay, where they are going to take care of all the departments of the organization. Organizations have many departments, right? There are accounts department, operations department, HR department, production department, and whatnot. So when we use any kind of software in our industry or in our organization, we take care of the thing that each and every field or each and every part of our organization is being taken care of, right? That is the first and foremost thing of the software. And you all want to use the technology, or you need to be, because it is going to be perfect, or what we'll say, why we should you or what why people opt for the softwares in their organization. The main reason is time, second is cost, right? The most important things of our life or anywhere is time and money, right? So these are the two important things. Okay, when you use software, you definitely are going to be accurate, right? When you give your organization any software, you pay it for once and then you use it forever, or maybe for the tenure that you have taken, right? So it is going to cut your cost and manpower. Then secondly, the time to process something, the time required for a person or the employee is much more than that as compared to the software, because it is automated, because you feed the programming like that you get the output immediately, like a calculator. Instead of you calculating one by one, when you put some numbers and you do operation, you get the output immediately. That is how is what the need of our today's era, right? So now project. This project you must have heard manywhere. Like you must have heard it in a construction industry, the project of bridges, the project of roads, or you can say some residential area, some residential building, or some complex, or some townships, right? These all are called as projects that we heard normally. Then what is the difference between these projects and our project, that is software project? First of all, there is not much difference, so to say. Okay, initially what is going to be, there has to be some input, some processing and output. If you'll consider some building project or some this construction project, there is a land, okay, and after the project will complete, we are going to get the output as a good building with all required amenities, okay, all the required things in that particular building. That is going to be the output, right? In the same way, for software also, there is some input, there will be some output that we know what we actually want, and accordingly we are going to develop that particular software. But still there are some complexities. It is not as easy as mechanical things, right? For other industry, maybe mechanical industry, construction industry, civil industry, or any other industries, the things that they work on are the physical or mechanical things, right? They see it, okay, you know what is the completion, what time it is taking to build a floor, to build a wall, right? So you actually can judge if I'm taking, or if the particular civil engineer is going to take particularly 2 to 3 months to build this particular area, so accordingly he will take this much and that much time. This is how you can calculate, this is how the work breakdown structure works for this physical or the mechanical projects. But in case of software projects, the main thing is there is no such thing, there is no mechanical thing. The employees are going to be the resources. Okay, the people who are going to do the coding or the programming are the only resources, and the platform on which they are going to develop the particular software, that is the only thing that is in their hand, and you cannot measure it. You just cannot say that you have to do this. Okay, you cannot, because this is all about the what we say, competency, or the what we'll say, it totally, it 100% depends upon the skills of the programmer. Okay, the person who is going to develop, how well known he have the language with, okay, how he understood the concept of the program, how he know how to go about it. These all are the important things which matters a lot for this particular software engineering or software things project. This is the important part, and that is why people are very much choosy about their employees, because they have to have skilled workers. It is not that the layman can come and do something. There have to be skilled people who can do the programming part. Okay, in the software project, it is not that there is only programming. It is not that just the programming is there. So whenever anybody will go to the industry or anybody will join and go for the work, and he have just the program. No, there are a number of things that we are going to study in this particular subject. Okay, now what all are things there in this particular software engineering that we are going to software management that we are going to study. Okay, so first thing is, you cannot see the progress or the development as in mechanical projects. You definitely can see, right? You can see that the building is halfway complete, it is about to complete, it will take a month or so to get complete, right? But in software, it is really not possible to say it, like mark, this is the way, this is how much time it is going to take for sure. No, there is no assurance. Why? Because of 3 4 major things. One is the technology, the evolving technology, right? If I say the project is bigger one, if it is going to take the 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, or maybe year, in this particular time span, there could be a chance of getting a new projects, new platforms, okay, new technology. It may happen, and then it is going to be a challenge for all the companies who are developing any new project. Okay, this is one thing. Then secondly, important thing is, as I said, the technologies are evolving day by day. So whenever you are going to develop some project, if I'll consider I'm going to do some project for maybe library management system, for just an example, I've thought of doing something for the college, and I'm going to do this. Okay, by the time I complete my project, there are a number of people with a number of different technologies who will come up with a good package of library management system. This is the competition today we have, right? So you have a number of platforms, you have this Java, you have this ASP, you have a number of things, right? There are mobile development also, maybe Android or iOS or something like that, right? So you cannot stick to particular thing, because of the continuous development in the technology. You just can't rely on it. This is it, and I'm going to perform for the rest of my life. No, you just cannot, because it is changing. So you have to change accordingly, right? So if I start developing in some X platform, and if I see by the time I'm completing my project, something new is coming, which is good, which I can merge with, you definitely have to. So you cannot do this thing with the mechanical projects, right? Whenever you are going to building construction, and you see this is a good cement which is coming in, so I'll just break all the walls and I'll start doing again. No, you never do that, right? But in our case, it may happen. If it is not, it has not reached to that particular limit, you definitely can do that. You can change the technology, right? So before doing this particular program, because it is not that the thing is coming in my mind that I am to develop some software and I just started doing the programming. No, it is never like that. So there are some R&D, some it is a big R&D procedure goes behind these things. Okay, so we are going to see this one by one. That is called as a software processes. Okay, so when the things comes in, when idea comes in, how to start with that. Now, first of all, when I want to create one software, or I want something for my organization, I want something for my college, okay, to take the attendance, I want some good attendance register. Okay, this is what I want. So what I will do, is it like I'm going to start, I'll take the computer and start doing programming? No, never. Okay, for that there are three options. Okay, so these are the types of projects. Okay, how it gets started. First thing, I'll check whether such thing is already available in market or not. If it is already available, what is the use of developing the same thing again and again? No, never. Nobody will do that. Will you? Never, right? So first thing what we have to do is we have to see the what the market has. Okay, we have to research on market. What is the need? What is the need of today's market? What is the need of the organization? So what is there is in marketing market. Okay, so you need to research on that. So whenever I want something, if I'll say I'm a customer and I'm opting for something for my organization, first thing I will do is I will search whether such thing is already available or not, right? If it is available, what I'll see whether it is matching my requirements. If I'll say I want to do something for the register of attendance register, so what I'll do is I'll check whether such a software is available or not. If it is available, I'll definitely going to check. I'll call the person who have made the software, and I'll ask what all things are there, what are functionalities are there. If it is matching my expectation, I'm definitely going to buy it. If it is not, then what? Then I'm going to start with the programming? No. Then second thing what I'll ask is whether it is customizable. The product is already there. The product is already there. Whether we can customize it. Customize means I want it as per my rules. So as per the customer, or as per the the buyer who is going to buy that particular software, is it as per the requirement of that particular buyer? If not, whether is it feasible to customize it? Is it possible? Whether is it feasible? Yes or no. If it is not possible, then the third thing I'm going to develop, right? For example, I'll say you must have used this Office software, right? Of Microsoft Office. Have you have anybody who says, I want to change the software? And can you change it? No, you never. You can't, because it is already been made, and there is the customization is not, you are not you have no given the permission to customize that particular software. It is as it is, and you have to use it, right? You cannot customize accordingly as per your wish or want, right? It is possible that you will not use this particular thing, so I'll say, I don't want this particular program, but you cannot customize it as per your requirement, right? This is one thing. Secondly, as I have already said you about the SAP is what? SAP is an ERP. It is a huge use ERP. You must check about that SAP. It is one of the best and the finest product with which maximum of the industries are using. Okay, so this is what SAP, they have made SAP is a ERP. Okay, it is an ERP. So what the construction industry is using SAP, software industry is using SAP, some electronic industries also using SAP, some other industries also using SAP. How is it possible? It is possible because they have made it sure that any type of companies can use the SAP with the customization. So they have given that particular thing that as per the requirement of the customer, they can always change it. So this is a second type of product. And third is I want something and I'm not getting it, I'm not ready to customize it, or nobody is going to ready to customize as per my requirement. And the third thing that what I will do is I am going to develop. Now it is not that only I'm going to develop. I can call somebody or I can approach some software company or software setup where I can take the I'll go and ask for the things that this is what I'm actually looking for. Will you make this for me? And this is how the project starts. This is very this is I'm telling about is a very simple and small projects, but in general it is like the concept comes in. Okay, they research the market whether such thing is already present or not. If it is present, then they see to it that can we modify it, or do we have to create a new project altogether, right? If it is not, then we can create with the new thing, right? This is first thing. So this is how we go before you actually start develop a program. So this is really very much mandatory to check whether this particular thing, whatever we are to develop, is already there in market or not. Because in some days it is going to be the old fashioned. In this particular era where the technology is evolving so fast, everything gets old in just hardly in month or two. It gets old. Like a mobile phones, you buy a new mobile phone, and in a week or so you say, this is an old version, I have a newer, right? So this is how things are rapidly improving. So this is the first thing. So now what I said is, I have an idea to develop some XYZ software. I want to, do something for my organization. I want these many outputs, and unfortunately there is nothing in the market. So now I am to develop on my own. So I approached the company and I went there and I said, I want something like that. Will you make it for me? Is it okay that you can, create or, develop a software for me, right? So this is for me. So this is going to be the personalized software, because this is for me. This is for my need, as per my need. But all the companies will never work for only particular, person. Like, no, this madam want this. So I am going to create one software. Oh, your requirement different. Okay, I'm going to again create one software. Okay, this is a small scale, industries or small scale, setups where they do some small programs. But if we'll see in a wide range or in general, it is never like that. So what happens is, when the technology is evolving, they choose something, the hot topic or the current topic or the current need of the people, right? For example, the bookings, okay, railway bookings or your bus booking or something like that. This was the thing, maybe 10, 12 years back, okay, where people have to go physically there, then book for the tickets, the reservations and all. What they did is they've actually created a software or the application where you can easily do the bookings or the reservation. Likewise, you have a number of things like application for your cinema ticket booking, you have for your STs and all, right? So that time, what must have happened, that this particular idea is there, okay, nobody is doing right now. So what we will do is we will do something like this. So second thing is, who is going to pay for? This is the most important thing. Okay, whenever you do anything, there are two important things. One is time and other is cost, right? As I said some time back, that if you are going to create a big project or a project you are taking, you are going to take a longer time. In the meantime, in that particular time period, you will see that a number of other people have created such software and they have sold it also, and everybody is, they're happy with the software, and you're still making it. It is of no use. Okay, so whenever whenever you are to give some idea, you have to make it sure that the project should be as if, you have to use it in a current situation, right? Now the next thing is, whenever so we will see what I will come back to I'll come back to my old point, that when I went to some if I'll go to some software setup or some software company, I ask for my idea that I want something like this. Okay, will you make it for me? If they said yes, if they like the idea, one thing what they can do is, either they will create it only for me, okay, or they will take the idea and they, you know, they do it. You are going to be, or they will search for the sponsors, or they will ask you whether you are going to give payment. Okay, now one more thing that is important, that whatever I'm going to create, if it is an idea, if it is a generalized idea, anybody can use it. So you make the software and you just sell it off. Okay, you can sell it to me, you can sell it to n number of people. That is one thing. And secondly, you have to make it only and only for me. This is also important. Okay, so if you have seen, I have discussed so many things in this particular time, that these are the varieties, the way software industries work. This is how they work. Okay, it is not that, you know, it's a big MNC, you have to go and, you know, it is not like that. There are n number, in n type, various types of industries are there which, you know, do product, maybe personalized product, maybe, you know, extension product, maybe testing and everything. So in this particular subject, what I definitely will like to tell you, that whenever you study this particular subject, you definitely, if you are you know, you want to do in you know, job in software industry, or you want to do some programming or something like that, you will see there are a number of opportunities you will seek in this particular subject. Because you will see it is not only about the programming or the development. There are various tasks that are attached to the software development. So it is never that, though we think that idea came and then we thought of something and we started programming. Never. The planning of the development, it itself takes so much time. Okay, that we are going to see in the processes. Okay, so it is never that, you know, the idea has been clicked in my mind and no, I have started. No, it is never like that. So you have to think about it, you have to do the market surveys, you have to see the requirements of people. Okay, if it is a client specific project, then you have to, sit in front of the particular person and ask him a number of questions, what he's actually looking for. Okay, because once you ask the person, it is very much mandatory that the person's thinking you have to capture totally. You must understand what the person is asking for. Otherwise you are going to create something else, and what the person was looking was something else. So this should not happen. So to after this point, we are going to talk about the generalized project, which software industries work for. That they are generally a huge projects, okay, with some ideas. So let us focus on that particular area. But just now what I was told was the types of project. Okay, the personalized project, the customized projects, and the regular projects. Okay, so now if there is an idea, okay, so to develop a software, first thing is who is going to sponsor. Okay, that is the first and the foremost thing, because to develop anything, money is required, right? Money, time, the scope, and everything, right? The second important thing is who is going to manage everything. Okay, third thing is who is going to responsible for the time, how much time it is going to take. Okay, it should be in your budget. As much as time you are going to take, it is going to increase the budget also, right? Because you have to pay for the developers, you have to pay for designer and all and all and all that we are going to see in the later sessions, right? So you have to plan accordingly, right? Okay, so time, how much time, how much duration it is going to take to finish the project. Okay, finishing is not I have completed the project. No, then there is testing, then there is maintenance, then actually you have to give the particular software to the client or the buyer to who asked for the same. Okay, so these are all the things which precedes with the these all concept. Now, for software development, the three important things are: one is cost of the project, second is the time, and third is the quality. Okay, as I said earlier, that whenever you see any project or any application, you say, "Arey bakwas hai." Why you say that? Because maybe it is not performing as per the mark, or you have seen some better software than this particular software, or the application than this particular application. Maybe it is very slow, maybe it is very heavy, maybe it is taking too much of the memory in your phone or your laptop or something like that. Okay, so you have used it, so you can give the report, so you can you can comment upon. So quality is the important thing. You have to create the project which is as per the quality norms. If you'll give something which is giving bugs or errors every time, it is popping up some errors, that nobody will accept something. Okay, you get irritated. So whenever the project is going to start, you have to take care of the risk or the errors or the bugs or the uncertainties that may come up while developing. So for all these things together, is it possible to do it in a small time? No, right? So for that particular thing, what you need is a team. You need people, you need employees. So all should be developers? No need to take all the developers. It is not necessary that everybody should know the language and do the programming. Definitely not. Because for programming, or for for taking the surveys, or to taking the opinions, or from expert people to whom you can ask how to start and everything, no need to have a engineer or somebody like that. Okay, so in the software industry there are n number of, or n type of people who actually works. So this is also one more thing that is always in people think that in software industry there are only only engineers work there. No, though it is related to engineering of the software, but not always, because there are a number of different branches to work upon, like surveys, as I said. Then there is something called as GUI, that is graphic user interface. This is also one of the important thing that you must have come across. Whenever you install something, some application, you see the colors, you see the fonts, and the attractive colors, and you say, wow, this is a good software. Why? Because you can read it properly, you can see the you can see it properly, you can see actually what are the things written, or if you have filled some online forms, when they are in a very good font, they are if you will see it properly, if everything is written correctly, that this is mandatory field, this is not mandatory field, you have to use symbols, you cannot use symbol. So all the instructions are there at a glance. When something like that is there, then you see, wow, this is a good software. So you want something like that. If it is not there, then you immediately say, no, this is not the way. So to develop, or to create the GUI, the thing that actually you are going to be the front face of the software. Okay, so there are two phases of the software. One is the developing, that is the backside of the software, that we call it as a backend, and one is a front end, that is a GUI. This is one of the important thing, because that is going to connect to each other to create one good product. Okay, so GUI plays a very important role. The buttons, the text boxes, then everything that comes under the GUI, the color scheme, the logos, and all these things, to make it simpler, weight, it should not be, very, highly, it should not consume much memory of your computer or your this mobile, and it should be user friendly, right? So something like that is very much important while developing a software. So that is one more thing. Then another thing is another thing is DFD, or you will say the UML. You must have come across this particular word, that is Unified Modeling Tools, or language. What it does is it is used for to draw the diagrams, like entity diagrams, DFDs, then data flow diagrams. So why it is mandatory, or why it is necessary, why do we do that, or why such thing, or no, leave it. You must have done some algorithms Whenever you develop any program in your any C language, C++ language, just to create, just to program to add two numbers, to do write the algorithm like start, input, this is going to be the input, and this is going to be the processing, this is going to be the output, and end. What is that? Why the algorithm is required? Okay, what is the necessary of that? Is it really required? Definitely yes, because this actually decides the flow. This decides the flow. Now to for addition, one program is there. For subtraction, one algorithm is there. For addition, one algorithm is there. And when combine everything, it is going to be a project. It will create a project. So to create one project, this is very much important to create some algorithms. So not I'll say now algorithm, it will be some steps. Okay, so when you start with any programming, or whenever there is a starting of the project, there has to have something which will define the flow, how you are going to start with. So this is one of the important thing in software project management, that is the processes, the start, how you are going to start with it. So in the next lecture, what we are going to see are the processes of software, how the processes starts. Then we are going to see the software development life cycle. Okay, these are the things that we are going to see in the next lecture. Thank you.